How many of you have heard of the Strengthen Oklahoma Homes grant program? Anybody? One? So I would assume that means that almost nobody in the audience has applied for an Oklahoma grant. Callie, you get to start.
Okay, great. I'm with the Oklahoma Insurance Department. So last year we passed legislation to start the Strengthen Oklahoma Homes program. And what it is to assist in re-roofing your home to the fortified standard. So that was created by IBHS. And it is to help your home be more resilient to high wind and hail and even up to F2 tornadoes. And so with our program, if you apply, we will go through, look through your application, and if you're approved, you'll receive up to $10,000 to help assist with re-roofing your home. There are a couple things that go along with that as well. So in the end, you get a certificate showing that your home has a fortified roof, which you can then provide to your insurance agent to get a discount on your insurance premium. Um, Along with that, right now, we want to, of course, reach all of Oklahoma, but we are doing sections at a time. So we'll open in different zip codes based on storm data, contractor and evaluator availability, and things like that. But like they were saying, it can be hard to know what contractors or evaluators to trust, and it can be kind of a long process to go through that on your own. So in our program, we do have a list that we have verified for you. So you will select directly from our list. Scott is even on there. Um,
Oh, I don't know if that's an endorsement or not.
I don't know about that,
Of
but he
course it
is on
is.
our list of approved providers. If you would like to apply, we have our applications open right now for our first round on our website. It is oid.ok.gov. And then we will be opening our second round of grants sometime in May. And then we'll continue to do two more launches throughout this year.
So the commissioner's goal for this year is to release 1,000 grants, 1,000 $10,000 grants for people to fortify your roofs. This is a fortified roof. This is not a fortified home. That is a different standard that we're talking about. But the fortified roof standard is for high wind and hail. And what that standard is designed to do, it is designed to keep your roof deck intact. Okay. And it is designed to keep the water out of your home or your structure if you lose the shingles, the metal panel, the concrete tile, what we call the cladding of your roof. Okay. If we can keep the deck on and we can keep the water out, just think about it. We have eliminated all of the water infiltration into your home. We've eliminated the possibility for mold. We've eliminated the need to remediate the interior of your home. We've eliminated the need to rebuild, recarpet, refloor, repaint, re-everything. We don't have to move your contents out. We don't have to move you into an apartment or to rent a house. It's called additional living expense.
And
Okay.
what do your insurance companies probably think about all that? They probably like that quite a bit, which results in savings for you ultimately.
So, from an insurance standpoint, with the fortified standard, we know that we can reduce the potential insured loss from a weather event, a wind or hail or water event. We can reduce the potential insured loss by 70 to 80%. Basically, gotten it to the point where the deck is going to stay on, the water's going to stay out. The insurance company goes, oh, wow, we've got to replace your roof. Okay. That is a small part of what their entire risk is. And the result of that ultimately is going to be that insurance rates are going to come down. Immediately, you're going to get a designation from IBHS. IBHS is a nonprofit third party who does all of the testing and comes up with the criteria for a fortified designation. Fortified roof, fortified home, they have different standards. Fortified multifamily, fortified commercial as well. But right now, we're talking about wind and hail roofs in Oklahoma. The requirement of this system is, as I said, that we attach the roof deck in a way that roof decks have never been attached in Oklahoma. We have to use an 8D ring shaped nail nailed every 4 inches on a rafter. Okay. A ring shaped nail, for those of you who don't know anything about building materials, a ring shaped nail has more than 200% the holding capability of a standard framing nail. Okay. So we're keeping your deck on. Most of your decks are probably nailed about every 1 foot on that rafter. So not only are we using a fastener that is more than twice as, how do I say that? That has more than twice the holding capacity on that roof, attachment capacity. Not only are we using that fastener, we're probably using 3 times as many fasteners as are already on your roof. So literally, up to an EF2 tornado, we're comfortable that your roof is going to stay on your house. Okay. The technology has been proven in the Gulf Coast and on the Eastern Seaboard for almost 20 years. Okay. There are homes in Alabama, areas where hurricanes have come ashore, where there are thousands of fortified roofs and fortified homes, and the losses from those fortified structures is a minuscule fraction of the losses of everything next door and in the neighborhood with those exact same homes. Okay. So Fortified does what Fortified is supposed to do. The issue that we have in Oklahoma, there are two attitudes, and I want to talk to you guys about attitudes. And who cringes when you write your homeowner's check? Just raise your hand up. Everybody does. Okay. We have a crisis. All right. We have an affordability crisis. And to some degree, Avery, we have an availability crisis. I mean, when people get their insurance renewal, a lot of people don't get a renewal. You were lucky enough to get a renewal a couple of weeks ago. How much did your premiums go up?
About 25% and about no loss.
Okay. But he's thankful that he got a renewal. A lot of people are getting non-renewals. And a lot of people that are getting renewals are getting policies that have much, much less coverage for you than what the policy that was renewed had. Okay. You've got to do your homework with your insurance policies. You've got to take your insurance policy year after year. You have to lay them side by side and compare everything that is different. I can tell you, number one, your deductible's going up because your value has gone up. Okay. The insurance companies are always increasing your value. Your deductible now typically is a percentage deductible. That means your deductible is going up. And generally speaking, there are going to be things in that policy that are what we call exclusions or limiting endorsements that are limiting the insurance company's exposure on your property. Okay. Examples of that would be you may have a replacement cost policy this year. They send you a renewal and you're looking at it. They change it to what's called an actual cash value policy. That is a policy that's on a depreciated basis. That depreciation is coming from where? It's coming out of your back pocket. Okay. The roofer's not going to pay it. It's money you'll never get back from the insurance company. It's coming out of your back pocket. It's an additional out of pocket expense for you.
Well, and Scott, let me add too, on the insurance front, most of us, I'm Gen X, probably every generation sitting out here in the audience. By the way, this is a great turnout, so thank you for being here. I was trained, my parents are insurance agents. They have a small agency in a small town in Oklahoma, but you're loyal to your guy or your gal, right? That's what we were always, you thought loyalty pays, right? Well,
Yeah.
in this day and age, loyalty does not pay. It costs you money. So like he said, each year, do not be afraid to put those policies side by side and shop it. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't.
Yeah. The other thing that we've got to do is we have to quit looking at roofs as commodities. We have to quit looking at a roof as um, disposable. Roofs have gotten very, very expensive. Okay. And they're continue to get more expensive. We get a 10% price increase from our suppliers the first of next month. So roofs have gotten very, very expensive. Deductibles are very, very high. You need to do everything you can to keep from having to replace your roof. All right. Well, what does that really mean? It means that you need to take 100% of the money that the insurance company pays you, assuming that you get to a place where your claim is properly written, a proper scope of work, and proper pricing. You need to take 100% of that payment. You need to put your deductible into the kitty. You need to pay all of your out of pocket expenses based on the contract that you chose with your insurance company. Okay. And you need to invest in your property to the degree that you're able. If that means you have to take some more money out of your pocket to build a better roof, that is the answer to the insurance crisis.